Now I am honored to introduce the Right Honorable Damian Hinds, MP, Minister of State, Minister for Security and Borders for the UK.
Begin in thanks to the Soufan Centre for inviting me to join you to speak at the conference this morning. For events like this are an extremely valuable opportunity to share expertise and insight on some of the very most serious and challenging issues we face as a world together. Last month's 20th anniversary of the September the 11th attacks was a moment for the most sombre of reflection, in remembrance of all those who lost their lives, in tribute to the thousands of victims of all nationalities, including UK citizens, and to reaffirm our support for everyone affected. The atrocities that took place on that terrible day and the way that the world came together in defiance against terrorism, both will remain forever in our shared consciousness. This was also a moment to think about the progress we have made over those 2 decades. When it comes to global cooperation, there can be no doubt that we have made huge strides. But the threats we're grappling with today are enduring, they are wide-ranging, and they are grave. In order to confront them effectively, we need to be agile in our thinking and in our actions, both in response to immediate challenges and in our longer-term strategy and planning. The threat to the United Kingdom from terrorism is diverse and evolving. It ranges from complex terrorist planning, often with overseas elements, to individuals or small groups who take their inspiration to conduct attacks by radicalization on the internet, often acting very quickly and with minimal preparation time. Motivation has also become more varied, with a wide spectrum of ideologies in the cases we investigate and disrupt. This has made the task facing our counter-terrorism agencies who work tirelessly to protect the public all the more challenging. Since 2017, they have disrupted 31 late-stage attack plots. Islamist extremist terrorism remains a potent threat. The shape and scale of what we face in the UK continues to be heavily influenced by events in theatres of conflict and critically in how they are presented online. Terrorist groups, including Al-Qaeda and Daesh affiliates, continue to operate right around the world. The UK plays a leading role in tackling the threat overseas. We remain an active and committed member of the global coalition against Daesh. We're a co-leader of the coalition's counter-propaganda efforts, and we host the counter-Daesh communication cell in the UK. Using Syria and Iraq as an example of how the international community came together to help defeat Daesh territorially, we must work collectively and use all the tools at our disposal to stop Afghanistan becoming a haven or an inspiration for terrorists. We've also seen a growth here in recent years in the extreme right-wing threat, which now accounts for around 1 in 5 of our domestic security services counter-terrorism investigations. It's a significant threat, and we must use all the tools at our disposal to fight it. We inhabit a world now where people can communicate instantaneously, despite being thousands of miles from each other. We're doing it right now. And it's brought many benefits, of course, and the ability to remain in touch has been particularly vital during this global pandemic we have all been facing. But technology also throws up risks and challenges, and it has undoubtedly had an enormous impact on the terror threat picture across all ideologies. Terrorists use the internet for recruitment, for radicalization, for propaganda, for financing, and for attack planning. There's been welcome progress on this issue, including through the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism, but there remains a great deal to be done. Permissive online spaces and low sophistication attack methods have effectively lowered the entry bar for terrorism, as individuals are encouraged to carry out atrocities by those they meet online or by the online propaganda they encounter. The shift from larger to smaller platforms creates difficulties, while the ease with which content can be live streamed to a large audience and the amplification of terrorist content by platforms' recommendation systems, all these features pose additional challenges. And while, of course, we support the responsible use of encryption to keep users safe online, the implementation of end-to-end encryption, which prevents all access to content, creates further risks to our wider counter-terrorism efforts. The first duty of any government is to protect the people, and our resolve to tackle terrorism in all its forms remains undiminished. Whatever progress we've made, it's essential that we are constantly striving to do more, to refine our approach and harden our resilience against those who would do us harm. That is why here in UK, we've launched a new Counter-Terrorism Operations Centre, or CTOC, to unite partners from policing, the intelligence agencies, and the criminal justice system. Our goal is to break down barriers between different parts of the system and deliver a single, integrated response. The centre will bring together the right people, skills, and technology to strengthen our ability to protect the country. We're also active participants in the global effort to keep citizens safe online as well as offline. As new systems and services are designed, we're urging tech companies to work with governments on mutually agreeable solutions so that important user privacy protections are not implemented in ways that may also undermine public safety. Our new bill, the Online Safety Bill, will mean that online companies face a new and binding duty of care to their users, and that duty will apply even when communications are end-to-end encrypted. As is outlined in our overall contest strategy, we take a robust, full-spectrum approach to tackling terrorism and violent extremism, regardless of the ideology. There are 4 key aspects that underpin our approach: prevent, pursue, protect, and prepare. And those headings, those pillars, if you like, cover the work and capabilities designed to address the conditions that give rise to terrorism, to disrupt and deter terrorist attacks, to strengthen our protection against terrorist attacks and mitigate against the impacts of those attacks, respectively. Ultimately, our aim is to reduce the risk to the UK, to its citizens, and to its interests overseas, so that our people can go about their lives freely and with confidence. And just as the threat is an evolving one, we are constantly striving to strengthen our response. For example, we'll introduce new primary legislation in the form of a protect duty to further enhance physical security in public spaces. Of course, our mission to protect the public from harm isn't confined to counter-terrorism. Other important challenges include malign activities by other states, cybersecurity, and serious organised crime. All of these threats, particularly terrorism, demand a holistic approach. By working closely together across governments, law enforcement, civil society, and academia, we can build our understanding of the risks we face. And in international cooperation and understanding, I believe there is no practical limit to what we can learn from each other. If we have a stronger mutual understanding, we can in turn make our response more effective. And that's why events such as this forum, bringing people together from around the world, are so useful in helping us all maintain and build on the partnerships we have forged in this great collective effort. Terrorists seek to divide us by spreading fear. They want to sow division in our societies. They hate the values that make us strong. It is in all of our interests to fight this threat with everything we have. And the British government, the UK government, is committed to confronting terrorism wherever, whenever, and however it appears. Thank you for the opportunity to join you this morning.